Hello and welcome to UPSCFEVER.com's final chapter on Economic Survey 2016. This is Trans-Pacific Partnership and its implications for India. Indian imports under this Trans-Pacific Partnership could increase by $10 billion. However, exports shall increase by an estimated value of $5 billion if India agrees to become a part of the free trade agreement currently being considered by the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. So this APEC is a organization of Pacific Rim countries. So these countries border the Pacific Ocean, and a few of them, a total of 12 countries in this Pacific Rim, have come together for a free trade agreement called Trans-Pacific Partnership. India's export share to the US and Europe might shift to other TPP countries, and so countries like Vietnam shall benefit more if TPP is agreed, and Indian exports shall reduce. The openness of Indian economy to services and trade is less, and so India will have to lower its tariff rates to be competitive. The domestic market manufacturing would face severe competition if these tariff barriers like customs duty, etc. are removed. Government procurement for achieving socio and economic objectives will have to be removed if India agrees to become a part of the TPP. Currently, there is a mandatory requirement for procurement from small and medium and micro enterprises, and if India agrees to become a part of TPP, this obligation will have to be removed, and this will affect employment generation in India. Also, India has the largest market for generic medicines, where imported medicines are very costly, and so Indian manufacturers manufacture these medicines and they sell them for cheap. And India has a large market for medicines, and it is a huge exporter of these cheap but effective medicines to foreign countries, including the US. However, all this shall have to stop if India becomes a part of TPP, because the higher and stricter norms for intellectual property rights will have to be signed as a part of our partnership agreement. Also, countries currently are flexible to impose export restrictions on food, and this shall affect the government during food scarcity. So, if India agrees to become a part of TPP, it shall use the flexibility to impose export restrictions when there is a food scarcity in India. So whenever onion prices or any food grain prices increase, the exports are banned to control the price rise. But as a part of TPP, India will no longer be able to do this. Also, there is a increased stringency in labor norms if India agrees to become part of TPP, and labor norms will have to be tightened, and India will have to pay more for its labor, and this shall also increase the cost of production. So overall, TPP is not beneficial for India because higher compliance requirements are there, and exports are very less increasing compared to the imports. However, there is a recent update about this TPP. The United States President Donald Trump has refused and removed the TPP agreement, and currently he has taken the away United States from this agreement. So the impact has been felt, and TPP's survival is in danger. As there are 11 other Pacific Rim nations, the TPP would have been the largest trade pact, as it would have affected 800 million people and benefited world trade of around 40%. This has changed since US has withdrawn from the TPP. The TPP wanted to create a single market on the lines of European Union, but now that future is also bleak. However, the reasons for the United States for leaving this TPP was again the same thing as India. The exports would have reduced and the imports would have increased, and the number of jobs, etc., wouldn't have increased at the rate as compared to the increase in other less developed economies which are a part of TPP. The less developed economies, which are mostly the Pacific Rim nations, would have got a better access to United States market, and their goods would have become cheaper since US would have to lower its tariff agreements, less customs duty on import from Vietnam. However, now that the US has withdrawn, the customs duty will not be less, and so goods manufactured inside the USA would be cheaper compared to the imports from Pacific Rim nations. So as the president wants to encourage manufacturing jobs in US, he has taken this step, and it is not a very positive step since now that the US is no longer a part of the TPP, an opportunity has been given to China to step in and join the TPP. So far, China was kept away from this as US wanted to increase its influence in the Pacific Rim nation. And the TPP was a way of increasing its influence, but now that US has stepped away from this, China will show increased interest, and the TPP will also help China get a more strong leverage with the Pacific Rim nations. So with that, the TPP chapter is closed, and the next is miscellaneous topics of the economic survey. Swachh Bharat mission was launched, which aimed to make India free from open defecation by scientific management of municipal solid waste, and 4,041 statutory towns of the country would be made open defecation free by 2019. To be more specific, 2nd October 2019. The National Heritage City Development and Augmentation Yojana, also known as RIDAI, was launched with the aim of preserving the soul and unique qualities of the heritage cities of India like Varanasi. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Transformation, also known as AMRUT, was launched, and the aim was development of basic urban infrastructure in 500 cities. Cities with a population of more than 10 lakh shall get one third of the funding, and rest shall get half of the funding. Other funding shall be arranged by the local governments and the state governments. Then Prasad, or Pilgrimage Rejuvenation and Spirituality Augmentation Drive, was launched for the development and beautification of tourism sites. Prasad targets domestic tourists with religious sentiments and aims to augment or increase the tourism infrastructure found at tourist places. So Swadesh Darshan for development of theme-based tourist circuits is the main goal of Prasad, and Buddhism tourist circuit or such other theme-based tourism circuits shall be created. Finally, Mission Indradhanush, under which vaccination against the 7 preventable diseases will be given to all children by 2020. The 7 diseases covered are diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, polio, TB, measles, and hepatitis B. So that was it about the final topic of economic survey. So with that, economic survey 2016 is over. You can attempt our quiz and try to get more than 80% marks. So the next economic survey shall be launched in a week, and meanwhile we shall continue with our video series on science from NCERT books standard 6 to standard 12 for competitive government exams. Keep watching, stay tuned, and best of luck for your future. Thank you.